And I had a chance to watch Escape the Undertaker on Netflix, starring The Undertaker and The New Day. This is quite possibly the most random movie ever made. I don't know why this exists, but it's only half an hour long, so I figured, why not? Why not? I was curious mostly about the interactive aspect of this. The basic plot is that Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods, and Big E go to the Undertaker's haunted mansion to try to steal the urn. If this movie was called Escape the Enforcer, starring Arn Anderson, with New Day attempting to break into his home, it would have been a very short film. But, well, yeah, they want to break into the house, basically, not even break in, but they want to get into the mansion, and they want to take the urn so they can combine the supernatural powers of the urn with their own power of positivity. And Undertaker has this entire control center inside with cameras everywhere, like he's fucking Bruce Wayne in the Batcave. I like to think that he built this fortress for himself to stop Vince McMahon from finding him every time Vince wanted him to come back for another match. You know, Vince would have to go through this maze, and if he succeeded, then The Undertaker would have to do another match. But the draw of the movie is the ability for us as the viewer to make choices about what we want the characters to do. It's not really a choose-your-own-adventure. That's kind of what I thought it would be, but that's not really accurate. It's not really a choose-your-own-adventure type deal, because the choices you make, they don't really change anything. They don't change the story at all. It all just leads back to the exact same place. But it's kind of similar to the Black Mirror movie, Bandersnatch, if you ever saw Bandersnatch. I actually got frustrated with Bandersnatch when it came out and was obviously not making the right choices. And it kept sending me back to the beginning of the film, so I just gave up. I never went back to it. I never finished Bandersnatch. I got like 10 or 15 minutes into it. And I was so fucking frustrated with this movie, I never went back and finished. And I love Black Mirror. I love Black Mirror. I'm still waiting on another season of Black Mirror. That Shut Up and Dance episode has one of the most disturbing twist endings that I have ever seen. If you ask me what my favorite episode is, I don't know if favorite is the right word for it, but that's the one that really stands out to me. But anyway, it gives you the illusion that your decisions matter, but they really don't. The whole thing is if I had to sum up the movie in one way, one sentence, it's mindless fun. New Day is exactly the same as they are on TV, so if you like them there, you'll like them here. I thought they did a good job. Undertaker doesn't do much. There is a fight scene at the end, so technically we got a cinematic match between the New Day and the Undertaker. But the funniest part of this is right at the beginning, before the movie even gets going, Undertaker is talking about how the urn has this endless need to consume people's souls. And he asks, "Are you brave enough to wield my urn?" And they give you the option on screen of saying, "I'm ready." You can choose that as a choice. Or "I'm too scared." So I decided to hit the "I'm too scared" option first, just to see what happens. And what happens is, the movie just ends. That's it. The movie just ends. And it immediately cuts to the closing credits, which very quickly scroll down the screen. And it credits The Undertaker with every position in the film. He clearly worked very hard on this film because he is listed as the director, he is listed as the writer, the producer, the executive producer, the costume designer, the stunt coordinator, the fight coordinator, the music composer. He does it all. But once you get into it, because I went back, once you get into it, New Day decides it would be best to split up, which is almost never a good idea in these movies, but they all do it. And you get to choose whether you want to follow Kofi, do you want to follow Xavier into this room, you want to follow Big E into this room. But in the end, they're reunited in the next scene, they're just reunited before being broken up again. So basically a cinematic version of the WWE draft. New Day, I think, is the best part of this. Like I said, they're pretty good. It's just too bad they fired The Fiend, because something like this would have been perfect for him. Seriously, something like this, a partnership with Netflix, the ability to put together some kind of a movie or a horror movie, I've said that before. I think Bray Wyatt as the Fiend character, or even going in and out of being Bray Wyatt in the Fiend, and the way he talks and his imagination, all the wild ideas he probably has, that would have been perfect for a horror movie. I don't mean like a comedy type of like horror deal. I'm talking real horror. Like when they did the See No Evil movies with Kane, they really should have found something like that for Bray to do as the Fiend. That, I think, would have been a much better use of that character than whatever the fuck they did with him on TV before they screwed it all up.